And so the final is set in the Catholic League. Cardinal O'Hara will take on Father Judge Sunday afternoon at the Palestra.
As you know, emotions generally run high in the Catholic League when it comes down to championship time. Sometimes as well, history repeats itself. Well, we'll see whether or not that happens today, but for the first time in 30 years, these two teams meet each other on the floor for the Philadelphia Catholic League Championship in 1968, one of the most memorable endings ever. And we'll get to that during the course of the day today. But Rob Kennedy, these two teams come out after emotional wins in the semifinals. Each one comes in with a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, both teams have been playing well. They're both riding long winning streaks coming in. These are teams that have not been to the Catholic League Finals in a long time. They want to make sure that they come away with a win since they've finally gotten here.
Now, Father Judge is making their first appearance in the Catholic League Finals since 1983. And they come out onto the floor today, as we mentioned, with an 8-game win streak, having defeated Roman Catholic in the semis.
Yeah, and Roman was the team that most people thought would be here, but Father Judge came away with that big win, playing their best basketball here at the end of the season.
And Father Judge also comes in with a pretty balanced scoring attack. They're a team that's going to look a lot of different ways here today, but Jim Reeves is the guy in the middle they'd like to get the basketball to.
Well, he's already signed to play his college basketball on the Division I level at Sacred Heart. He's a very active player all over the floor, plays with a lot of emotion, a first-team All-League performer.
Cardinal O'Hara is making their first appearance here in the Catholic League Finals in 27 years today. Been a long time coming as they've watched the women's program dominate the Catholic League. Today, the men's program turned.
Yeah, they've had a terrific season, riding a 13-game winning streak. They got here with the win in the semis, a game where they were up big, but then held on, had a little bit of a lapse, but still were able to get to the championship game.
And once again, it's a big guy in the middle that's going to tell the story today for them. I'm talking about Alex Sazonov at 7'1".
7'1", a terrific defensive performer, was one block shy of a triple-double in their semifinal win. He'll be playing his college basketball at St. Joe's. Phil Martelli and crew are thrilled with his defensive effort throughout the season, but it's their offense that's been starting to pick it up here late in the season that makes him even tougher to guard inside.
Well, in 1968, O'Hara came back from a big deficit in the final 2.5 minutes of the game in one of the most legendary come-from-behind victories in Catholic League final history. Father Judge has waited a long time to try to bounce back from that. Today they get the opportunity to do that. The Philadelphia Catholic League final is coming up next. Here on the campus of the University of Pennsylvania in Philadelphia for the Catholic League Boys Championship game here in 1998. Judgment Day is here, according to the shirts. The fans of Father Judge who are here at the Palestra looking for a championship for the first time since 1977. And for Cardinal O'Hara, their last win was over this Father Judge team in 1968. They are out today to watch their team try to bring back a championship. As far as the starting lineups are concerned, you're talking about a two-guard offense for Judge with Duffner and McKeever as the guards, the forwards Reeves and Ferns, and Rohrer the center. On the other side, Hagen, Beck, and Citi also plays a little bit of forward, a little bit of guard, almost a three-guard rotation. Randazzo at the forward spot, and we told you about Sazonov at the center spot. There's a look at Bill Fox, the head coach for Father Judge, at the helm of the Crusaders now in his 24th season, looking for career victory number 442. The other side, that is Bud Gardler. He's been there almost equally as long as Cardinal O'Hara, 23rd season, 447 wins.
Yeah, a lot of experience on both benches. Guys who have been terrific coaches, have won a lot of games, but find themselves at the championship game for the first time.
Starters getting introduced out onto the floor here at the Palestra. This season, they did play once, back in December, and Cardinal O'Hara was a 10-point winner in that one. As we mentioned, Cardinal O'Hara has watched its women's program dominate the Catholic League over the course of the last decade or so. Certainly in the 1990s, this is the first time the men's team has had this opportunity to make it to the finals. They never made it here in the 80s as well. Back in 1971, their last appearance. Father Judge was last here in 1983. Mike Chesney, John Wisniewski, and John Gaffney are the officials here today as we get ready to go with the Philadelphia Boys Catholic League Championship game for 1998.
Yeah, good crowd on hand, just about corners as you look up here in the Palestra as the building continues to fill in. It's always an electric atmosphere. Last year, a memorable game as Neumann came away with the win coming down the stretch in a memorable game.
And there you take a look at the two teams coming out onto the floor. A lot of preparation. Long season leading up to this. Their championship game. Jim Reeves tipping things off with Sazonov. They're going to have to do it again. Father Judge coming out with almost a retro look with not only the high socks, but the striped socks. We probably haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah, you see the high socks every once in a while, but not with the stripe. Those go back to probably the last time they won a championship here. Maybe those are the same socks looking for some good luck.
Father Judge sitting back defensively as O'Hara begins its attack. That's Hagan down on the corner. And on the inside, the spin and shot for Randazzo. Ball knocked away, and Hagan back down with it.
Well, you see the size of Sazonov right off the bat. He was able to get a hand with that 7-foot-1-inch frame on the ball and keep it alive. Well, zone defense right there for Father Judge.
Randazzo lost the basketball. Now McKeever out on the break. And the lay-in is the first score of the game for Father Judge.
They get the steal out of the zone defense. More in transition. Right now up in a little 2-2-1 full court pressure.
Senior Matt McKeever with the first basket of the game. That's Beck down in the corner. Cross-court pass. Randazzo gets fouled on the way up. Foul call is on Brendan Burns, and Randazzo will go to the free throw line.
Well, terrific ball fake there by Randazzo. He's their leading scorer on the season. You see right here, nice skip passes. He's able to sneak behind the zone defense, pump fake at the defense in the air, go up strong and take the contact.
Coming off a 29-point performance in the semifinal win over Archbishop Bryant. In that game, he was 8 for 12 from the free throw line.
Of course, right off the bat, misses the first one. He's a terrific athlete, also a terrific baseball player. Or in fact, that may be where his future lies. He's a big left-handed pitcher coming off the mound.
1 out of 2, and O'Hara has its first point of the game. Beating some pressure now is Judge bringing it up, and off the spin move, the block shot. Looked like it was Randazzo who got it. Hagan missing on the shot, and a rebound taken down by Jim Reeves.
Reeves keeps his balance, nearly fell out of bounds right there. And a good rebound on the defensive end.
Reeves and Burns, the big man, setting up on either side of the lane, now flaring out. As Father Judge sets its offensive pattern. That's Reeves. Pretty move on the baseline to get around Sazonov, but there's nowhere to go with the basketball. And he takes it back to the top.
A great D there by Sazonov to keep his hands straight up. So many times you see the big guy reach over and come up with the foul. Not so. He gets the block.
Reeves again. Now Burns with a drive into the lane. And he gets fouled on the way in. And I believe the push is going to be against Sazonov. And that is a big factor here today for O'Hara. They need to keep the big guy out of foul trouble. He was in foul trouble in the semis.
We talked about how in the semis they lost the big lead. One of the reasons was because Sazonov was on the bench.
So Brendan Burns to the free throw line. Second team All-Catholic League North Division. Averaging 11 points and 9 boards this year.
Gives a good compliment inside to Jim Reeves. They're both pretty active inside, able to bang and get after the ball on the board.
Early three-point advantage for Judge.
Once again, that little 2-2-1 full court pressure.
Lewis Beck running the show offensively for the Lions. Taking it around the perimeter, and Father Judge going to let him pass it around out there. Beck for three.
Well, he's their best three-point shooter. He can step it out deep. That time it was in the left corner.
Hanging the net from down in the left corner and tying the game up at 4. Always a big lift emotionally in a championship game situation, full building when you hit your first shot.
Always want your confidence at a high level. Hitting that first shot usually gets you moving in that direction.
Reeves nowhere to go. And now off the drive, ball taken away from Dufner on the drive, but the reach-in foul is going to go against the Lions, and that one will be against Beck. His first, team's second foul. And the inbound once again belongs to Father Judge. Three-point jumper again, this time from the corner for Chris Dufner. His first three of the game, making a 7-4 game.
Well, Dufner off the baseline out of bounds, slid behind the 2-3 zone, found that wide open spot in the deep corner.
Randazzo had a real easy look at the hoop and couldn't convert. And now Reeves holding it up in traffic and getting it back to McKeever.
Well, not a bad play. Looked like they might have had numbers early on, but then all of a sudden pressure developed.
And Reeves went driving inside, but he is going to get called for the offensive foul for dropping the right shoulder down.
I don't know about that one. Looked like it was a good, strong, aggressive move to the goal. I don't think you can take this play away from him, even though he drops his shoulder. Boy, that is one tough call. Can't take away the aggressive play of the offensive player in that situation.
Bill Fox angry on the sideline. And now Beck again, this time from the other corner. So 2 3-pointers for Lewis Beck. He's got 6 points.
And how about the kick out from the big guy, Sazonov, showing you his passing ability as well. Kept it high and found the wide open 3-point shooter.
That's Burns again with the drive. Defensive help is there, so he dishes off for Reeves. Burns trying for the follow. And lost out of bounds, last touching the Lions, so the Crusaders will keep it. Inbounding from under their own hoop. Burns, good look at the basket, and from straight on the left side of the lane. He's got 4 points now. Judge once again back on top. Looks as though the Crusaders would like to trap with the balls on the sidelines. This was from way outside. And the shot no good by Hagan. Judge coming down with a 2-point lead on the ball. Reeves wants more. Contact, no call. And Randazzo down with the rebound.
Well, Reeves trying to go right at Sazonov. As you said earlier, Scott, they want to try and go right at him, see if they can't handcuff him with some foul trouble. Contact, but no call.
Under 3.5 left here, first quarter. Long range jumper and good for Jeff City down in the corner.
That corner's been the open spot against that zone defense. They got to match up and find somebody out into those deep corners.
Now a near steal, but the keeper picks it back up again. Father Judge down by 1 with the basketball. That's Reeves. And again, the spin move, and again, Sazonov gotten away.
Well, Reeves has a quickness advantage. Thought he was able to get by Sazonov. But he's got such long arms to go along with that 7-foot 1-inch frame. He's able to get a hand on it anyway.
2:45 left in the quarter. And again, wide open is Beck. A little bit short with it, but Sazonov the rebound. And now Hagan with the drive, and he bought the contact. One official says charge. The other one says a reach-in foul before the possible charge. And that's going to be the call.
That's the thing. He had the foul outside before the charge call because clearly the defense had stepped in and taken position. You see right here on the good defensive rotation. Showed the ball. Everybody's coming at him. They got the foul from behind before the contact.
Split second. Hagan cans the first free throw, and now we get some substitutions. Father Judge going to replace 60% of their team. Ryan Fox getting some time. Mike Pidhersky as well. And John Doyle is also checked into the game. Sazonov, big offensive rebound. And now a throwaway. Driving is Dufner. Once again, contact, no call, and Randazzo stepped on the end line. And the action is physical, pretty fast here in the first quarter.
Well, for the most part, officials are letting them play. Both teams going at it at a good high energy level.
Ryan Fox, the coach's son, inbounding. And now Dufner with the drive. Got a good look at the basket. And he ties the game up at 11.
There's one of those guys that's a streaky shooter. That time he showed the ball. They know he can shoot it. Had to respect it.
Hagan went up high for Sazonov, and the foul call is going to be against Mike Pidhersky. He's saying, okay, you got me.
Personal foul, number 30.
Very quick rest for Reeves, who comes back in. And Josh Rohrer. Tie game, winding down, 2 minutes left in the quarter, and Sazonov shows you what a 7-footer on the floor can do in a championship situation, and now a throwaway.
Well, tough break right there by Judges. They turned it right back over. Mental mistake. But Sazonov, yeah, if you're 7'1" and you keep the ball high like he did and not bring it down, you're going to be able to dominate inside. Good fundamental play by the big guy.
So off the Sazonov bucket, now another three-point attempt, and Beck is now 3 out of 4 from three-point range.
And you can believe it's from the corner once again. Obviously, they've found the soft spot of the zone in the deep corners. They've been on fire from deep, especially Beck stepping up, hitting another three.
Bud Gardner's O'Hara team has won 13 in a row. As we said, they survived a little bit of a scare down the stretch against Archbishop Bryant, leading it by 14 with 4:11 left in the game. But as we said, with Sazonov in some foul trouble, Ryan made it awfully close before O'Hara walked away with an 8-point victory.
Oh, and you take your 7-footer off the floor, obviously your team changes, especially on the defensive end. You know, so many times you just rely on him coming back in. Check out this baseline out-of-bounds play. Catches, keeps it up high, doesn't allow anybody to get a hold of the basketball down low. And once again, they've found the soft spot in that zone defense. It's been the deep corners. Beck with another deep three against that zone.
You know he's feeling good right now. 3 out of 4 in the first quarter of a championship basketball game. Reeves shot blocked by Randazzo. And the ball out of bounds. Last touching Randazzo's hand. The lefty got it right-handed as Reeves made the move into the lane.
On that timeout, Buddy Gardner gets Sazonov to the bench to give him a little bit of a break.
And now Reeves inside trying to take advantage of that. Not once, but twice.
And right there you see what his absence means. Sazonov's been able to get a piece of a couple of those shots put up by Reeves. That time with him on the bench, he gets the 2.
Reeves averages 18. That's his first 2 of the game. 2:30 left first quarter. All the makings of a very good one here today at the Palestra. Randazzo had it knocked away. And the ball last touched the hand for Father Judge of John Doyle. So over the end line as you look at Reeves. And the inbound now for the Lions. Once again, short breaks. Sazonov back in the game. And a lot of guys shuttling in back and forth. Also coming in for O'Hara, Jeff Seedy has come back into the game.
Number 42, Jeff Seedy.
Like J.D. Dodds into the game now for the Lions as well. And Bill Hagan calling the signals from half court. It's been a very quick pace here in the first quarter. Now slowing down just a little bit. They wanted Beck for another open look from 3, but he couldn't hang on to the cross-court pass.
The skip pass was the right idea. He just overthrew him, put it a little bit too high. An unforced error.
Third turnover now for the Lions here in the first quarter. That's the idea. You keep a hot hand for as long as it's going to be hot. Ryan Fox looking for a cutter. That's nothing. And now Rohrer beating down to the corner. And Pidhersky. What a pick.
Nice move along the baseline. The quick first step. Tough finish, too. Had a tough angle to get it off the glass.
Under 30 seconds left in the quarter. Near blocked shot, and Randazzo threw it up over the backboard. Apparently there was no contact. I thought the ball might have been hit. It doesn't appear that's going to be the case. In a quick timeout called for, a 20-second variety called by Bud Gardner. Under 25 seconds left in the first quarter, and his team on top by 1.
Obviously wasn't happy about something right there. Called the 20-second timeout, despite the fact that there's under 25 seconds left to play in the quarter. Talk about the nice quick move here by Pidhersky along the baseline. Showed the ball, got the defense there, and then created a nice angle as he was able to get himself back into a good shot. Look at that guy right there. Worked long and hard. Figured out what he was going to wear.
So did that guy.
Yeah, I tell you what.
Everybody's a joker.
Yeah.
Under 20 left first quarter. And Reeves showing the attentions of Father Judge. They're going to hold, and they're going to clear it out for Reeves. Let him take it right at the big guy to end the quarter. And he did take it right at Sasanoff, who hit the deck. Reeves put back, look is good. And that's going to do it for the first quarter of play. Well, back and forth in that first quarter, and Reeves gets his 4th point on a put-back bucket. 1 quarter down and 3 to go here in the Philadelphia Catholic League Championship game. And once again, you get the impression that we might have a good one here in front of us. It's Father Judge leading it by a point after 1 quarter of play. We're returning to the Palestra right after this. Intentions were pretty clear to end the quarter as they had Reeves go right at Sasanoff.
He went strong earlier, got called for a charge. That time he created the contact again. No call, but he had the athletic ability to stay with it. Even though he comes up with the miss right there, he's right back at it, lands and goes up quickly, gets it off before the buzzer sound.
4 points in the first quarter for Jim Reeves, and a 6-0 run for Father Judge to end the quarter with a 1-point lead. To play they come, and there's Duffner. Good look for Reeves down low, and he shielded the ball well from Sasanoff. Now 6 points for Reeves.
A little pick and roll right there. Good job to set the screen and then roll to the open spot.
Hagan left the lane down the center of the floor, and I don't just mean the lane, I mean the whole center of the floor.
That was a parting of the sea. The 2-2-1 full court pressure never happened. Just ran right by and right through everybody.
Reeves again.
That time he had to use his body, try and create some contact down low to neutralize Sasanoff. Got it over the top.
3-point lead for Father Judge. That's Dodds. And now back outside. They reset it with Bill Hagan. First minute of play, second quarter. Dodds looking to go inside. Sasanoff's had a lot of trouble getting open inside. And now Becht, catch and shot. And apparently he has lost the hot hand.
Well, he moved out of the corner, got himself to a different spot on the floor. Didn't have the same result.
Hit 3 3-pointers in his first 4 tries in the first quarter. Nice catch by Reeves on the baseline with 2 men on him. And back to the top they go.
Boy, he's gotten a touch just about every possession on the half-court offense. Judge has done a good job running half-court offense and trying putting the ball in his hands.
Brendan Burns back into the game. Josh Rohr. And now the drive. And his second big take to the hoop for Chris Duffner.
Tough move. He got deep into the lane. Driving with his left hand, having to switch back over to finish with his right.
He's got 7 points here. And the Judge lead is expanded now to 5. But right back the other way. Jeff Randazzo, pretty touch to the foul line.
Well, they attacked the pressure much better that time. Got it over the top, and then Randazzo to the open spot right about the foul line area.
He's got 3 points now. And McKeever's going to get fouled on the outside by Hagan, trying to initiate the turnover. His first team's 3rd foul.
That's his first.
As you look at Bud Gardler.
The most respected coaches in Philadelphia. He's always had his teams play well, play hard coming down the stretch.
Brian Fox has checked back into the game, now replaced McKeever at the point guard spot. Fox had himself a big semi-final game. Not generally known as a scorer, but he had points that day. Duffner missed the shot. Look at Reeves going to work on the inside, and he kept the rebound alive as it last touched Sasanoff.
Rebounding's all about position, not necessarily about size. That time Reeves was the guy that had the inside position, kept it alive.
Reeves again, right at Sasanoff. And off the missed shot, the ball tipped to Randazzo. Credit Sasanoff with getting a hand on the rebound. So now O'Hara down by 3. He can get within 1 or tie on this possession. Playing that half-court offense was working well for them early. Father Judge has stepped up the defensive pressure here in the second quarter.
They've done a better job of matching, haven't given up those shots down in the corner.
Randazzo has 3 around him. Now Beck was open for a moment in the corner off the drive, and the contact, couldn't get the call. And Burns down with the rebound.
Yeah, defensive closeout, though, to the corner. Forced him to take a shot he didn't want to take.
Fox looking behind. Burns bothered by Sasanoff, and now the ball knocked out of bounds. And at last touch the hand of Burns, so the Lions will get it back.
A great pass by Fox as Burns came hard down the lane, but as you said, the presence of Sasanoff, sometimes you don't have to block shots, but you can alter shots. That's exactly what he did right there. You're thinking about not going straight at the big guy, so he comes up with the miss.
It's like a 2-3 zone now for Father Judge. Changing it up a bit defensively. Randazzo tried to force the pass inside, and Burns with a steal. Crusaders look to run, but Poderski couldn't quite get the pass as it was just on the edge of his fingertips for 3rd turnover for Father Judge. And a quick timeout called for by Bud Gardler. He's taking a full timeout with 4:16 to go till halftime.
Well, Reeves really working inside. He's got his work cut out for him going against Sasanoff, giving up a lot of size, but that time used his body, able to shield with the little jump hook. See right here, continues to work. They've been switching the inside screens. A nice move right there by Duffner to get the hoop.
So now with 4:16 to go till halftime, Judge has done some of the things that they wanted to accomplish. There you see the Daily News City Top 10. Cardinal O'Hara, the number 2 team in Philadelphia. Father Judge coming in at number 8. And of course the traditional powers there as well from the Public League and the Catholic League. Roman Catholic, one of those teams, the team that Father Judge beat in the semis by 9.
A team most people thought would be playing here. Rasul Butler, the player of the year in the City Catholic League, couldn't get himself to a championship game because of the fine play by Judge.
And now Hagan nearly lost the handle on it. Randazzo buried down in the corner, has to go back to the top. Judge still going to match up out of that 2-3 zone. Randazzo, again they collapse around him. Beck, another look at the basket. A little bit too strong with the shot.
That time, though, he had an open look, had some time on the nice kick out by Randazzo.
Burns drive toward the hoop. Randazzo comes down with a rebound. I'll tell you what, everybody's turning around saying, what's that? Where's that call? They shouldn't be expecting it because the officials really are letting them play.
No, it's a good pace, a good flow to the game. Both teams playing hard. The officials doing a terrific job of letting them play. Rather that than the quick whistle and some ticky-tack fouls and put people to the bench and not let you play.
City giving it off for Hagan, but the ball knocked away on the entry pass. And now here comes McKeever. Reversing the basketball all the way around the arc. Fox on the drive, had it taken away, held ball call. And the alternate possession gives it back to O'Hara. 4 turnovers now for Father Judge.
Look at the bench right there, Father Judge. Ton of assistant coaches, 6 guys right there. Everybody lending a little bit of a hand to Bill Fox. Not that he needs much help. He's got 400 wins in his career at Judge.
Under 3 minutes left in the half. It's been stuck on a 23-20 game for a while now. City taking a look at it. Sasanoff back out again, and now Randazzo stepped into a little spot against the defense, missed on the shot. Father Judge going to slow it down a bit.
He's gotten deep in the lane a couple times. Instead of putting it against the board, he's tried to throw up the soft floater.
First quarter was very hectic pace, 17-16 in the first quarter. Now 6-4 in this quarter. And off of this shot, Sasanoff comes down with the rebound.
And Sasanoff got a piece of that. That would be his 5th block already here in the first half, and we still got a little over 2 minutes to play.
zone defense. The matchup out of the zone has kind of changed things around here a bit. Now they break back off again. Sasanoff underneath, tried to scoop. Reeves comes down with the rebound.
Aggressive rebound. He came from all the way out at the elbow area. Showing you his athletic ability. An active guy, always seems to be around the basketball.
I think Bill Fox trying to guard against his team getting tired after the track meet kind of pace in the first quarter. He has him walking it up the floor now and sitting back zone defensively. Minute 20 to go till halftime. And now McKeever found the lane of the basket against the big guy, and he draws Sasanoff into his second foul.
Well, McKeever showing you some bravery right there, because he went right at the big guy, not worrying about getting his shot blocked. Instead, he was the guy that created the contact. See right here, he's not thinking about moving his shot right there. You see the contact. That was a pretty good call. Certainly, Sasanoff looked like he got a piece of it.
Matt McKeever, the senior, at the line now. And he extends the Father Judge lead to 4. He's got 3 points here in the first half. There you see Lewis Beck coming back in. 9 first half points. Sasanoff will remain in the game, it appears, even though there's a minute 15 to go till halftime. And he's right there to grab the rebound. Once again, it depends on what your coaching style is. Now for Father Judge, the coaching style says half-court trap.
Going to try and invite into one of those areas.
Nice move made by Hagan, and the big guy with the rebound putback.
He came over the back, but not a lot of contact down below. Good non-call.
Well, once again, if you're trying to beat the pressure, you can do that. And you got a guy 7'1" who's there to grab the rebound. Just toss it up on the backboard.
Good job by Hagan as well to dribble past the trap, not allow it to develop.
Winding down toward 30 seconds left in the half. Reeves, nice move to the baseline, but Randazzo rejected him. Now Rohrer for 3.
Well, sometimes a good defensive play all of a sudden turns into a bad break. That's exactly what happened right there. Great block by Randazzo, ended up in a 3.
Pace picking up here now in the final 30 seconds. Lions trailing it by 5 with the ball. It looks like they're going to hold for one. Ball knocked out of bounds. And apparently at last touch Randazzo. So Father Judge will get the last look at the basket here in the first half.
Well, nearly a backcourt, but it's not, because you have to bring both feet plus the basketball over the line. So good call once again by the officials. So many times you hear the fans all of a sudden calling for the backcourt, but the basketball and both feet need to go over into the front court before coming back for the backcourt call.
Burns kind of lackadaisically bringing it up. Now just 1 second left in the half, and a carry violation, a foul call. You don't see too many of those, but that's the 5th turnover. Now the Lions are going to have the opportunity for an inbound and a desperation heave before halftime.
Just 0.6 seconds left, so it's got to be a tap or a catch and shoot without coming down to the floor.
And Hagan does get the heave away, but that's going to do it for the first half of play. Father Judge, first appearance since 1983. Their last win in 1977. They've only missed the playoffs. Father Judge, 42%. Rebounding edge by 5 for Father Judge, and the second chance points also reflect that.
Yeah, they were active on the offensive glass, led by Reeves. Also Randazzo getting into the act. They've been able to crash the offensive boards.
And obviously, fans very much into it, as this Father Judge team looks to come away with a victory, leading it by 5 here at halftime. Reeves inside, as Sasanoff says, get that out of here.
Another block. He's been active, challenging every shot.
City down to the baseline, off the hand of Sasanoff, and out Dupner back the other way for Father Judge. McKeever was wide open on the other side of the floor. Didn't see him. And now McKeever's going to put it on his hip. Father Judge played a very quick-paced game in the first quarter. Really slowed it down considerably. Second quarter, Dupner has shown his ability to take it to the hole here today. He now has 9.
He's consistently beat people off the dribble. He's also had a couple tough finishes, that one as well. Able to sneak inside with the right hand.
The 7-point lead for Father Judge is their biggest. Sazonov. They find the open man as they swing it all the way back around again. Maybe one pass too many as Beck backs it out.
Great closeout right there by Judge to collapse inside, but then also recover out to shooters. As you said, one pass too many. By the time they swung it around to Beck, they had closed out.
And O'Hara appears a little bit confused by the matchup that they're seeing.
A little stagnant offensively. Need to get the big guy involved, but that time he put it to the floor.
Dufner trying to make him pay at the other end. Reeves tried to follow. And Randazzo down with the rebound.
Nearly another putback basket for Judge.
And now before the defense can really set itself up, City tried the 3. Randazzo back down with it. He can't hang on, and now we've got a foul call on the baseline. That's going to be on Rohrer down along the baseline. That's his first. Look at Bill Fox in his 24th season. And once again, the perimeter passing. When Judge gets the opportunity to set up that matchup zone, they do it. If not, they've been in man, and that's when the Lions have been a little more aggressive offensively. Beck, he loves to shoot from the corner.
I'll tell you what, he hit his first 3 from that just about the same spot on this end of the floor. Once again, they're able to get it to him in the corner. He delivers.
He's got 12 points, all of them coming on 3-pointers. We got a 4-point game again.
Nearly a travel outside.
And the big man handling the ball outside. Now Rohrer finds Reeves.
Sazonov will stay in. He invites Reeves to handle the ball outside.
And they're
not going to go chase him out there.
They're going to clear again. And Reeves again taking it right at the big guy. And the foul call is there, and I believe it's on Sazonov.
I think O'Hara's got to get somebody else to come running at Reeves there to try and force him to kick the ball out of his hands. By Sazonov staying off, it allows Reeves to get ahead of steam. See right there, the isolation, nice little inside hand change with his left, goes strong, and right there's the contact. Sazonov's third.
Not exactly foul difficulty yet, but 3 fouls now with less than 3 minutes gone by here in the second half. In the semifinal win over Archbishop Ryan, he also left. It was in the 3rd quarter with his 4th foul. He was not able to return until early 4th. He's going back out now.
That's the reason why. The foul right there. Again, Reeves.
And that just changes the game dramatically.
It becomes so much smaller. It takes away the defensive presence on the other end.
Reeves gives him a 6-point lead now. And Father Judge showing some signs of pressure. But here comes Hagan beating the pressure. Good look for Randazzo. Oh, what a collision. And Fern's going to get called for the foul, but he got hurt on the way down. His leg got caught up on what it appeared was either the arm or shoulder of Randazzo. This was awkward.
Take a look right there. Nice pump fake. Gets 2 defenders off in the air. Smart play by Randazzo to also get off the ground, so it's a 2-shot foul. And look right there. You see his leg get up in the air. Ouch, that hurts. Ugh. It's like doing a split on the floor almost right there.
That's a good way to hurt the hamstring. Good way to possibly hurt the knee as well. More likely the hamstring, though, because most knee injuries are going to result as an occurrence of the fact that you've got a foot planted and the knee doesn't want to give.
Looks like he's all right there. A little bit of a limp as he heads back to the bench. I'm sure we'll see him pretty soon back into the game.
He'll limp it off just a little bit. And there you got not the official Lion, but a Lion nonetheless.
A little Lion right there.
Randazzo to the line. 1 for 2 from the line today. And now Brian Fox comes back in. And he replaces Matt McKeever. Randazzo held down to 3 points. He averages 15 a game.
They need him to get back into the scoring column. He's their leading scorer. He's a first-team All-South Division performer this season. He's been held in check here today.
Schefter thought about the route to the basket again. And now Reeves, pretty move toward the hoop and changed hands in midair.
Doesn't matter who's guarding him. Again, it was a nice little inside hand change with his left to beat the first defender, and by the time anybody else came over, he adjusted with a nice finish.
Big game for Reeves. 12 points here in this one. Nice move by Randazzo, hanging in midair and then going after his own rebound. He got fouled on the way back up.
A couple terrific athletic moves within the save move there by Randazzo. Quick spin to get by the defense to start off with, and then watch after he spins. Look at this, how he switches the ball, takes it away from the defender right there. Terrific athletic play. Also showing you some good hustle to get right back after it on the offensive glass.
And a miss again for Randazzo at the line. More substitutions. Randazzo standing in. Alex Sasanoff back into the game, playing with 3 fouls now at the 4:22 mark in the third. And he missed a pair. So Judge with a 7-point lead and the basketball. Fox working his way in. McKeever almost lost the handle on it. It's the first time the two of them have been on the floor at the same time today. And a blocking foul is going to be called on. It appears Jeff Seedy is going to get called for his first.
It seems as if the Lions have picked up their defensive intensity a little bit too aggressive right there as you see the bump, but they've extended the floor a little bit.
Right now, lots of things going Father Judge's way. 9-point game and a timeout called for by Bud Gardner, a 22nd variety. The Judge lead is ballooned to 9 points.
Here's that play off the inbounds that we missed while we were away. See right here, they're just going to sneak right behind it. Good pass right there as they throw over top. Everything going Father Judge's way as Podhorski able to come up with the basket on the inbound.
And there's a look at Reeves. And once again, it's been a kind of a methodical way that Judge has gone about doing things in this game. And they have methodically built that lead.
They've done a good job defensively, holding O'Hara to just 26 points at about the 4-minute mark here of the third quarter. Sasanoff with that foul trouble was out briefly, but he's back into the game.
And apparently, for some reason, they're holding things up.
Second timeout right there.
And then some.
Judge tried to extend the floor with a little half-court trap, but once again, they blow right by it.
What a move by Hagan for a chance for the three-point play.
Well, Hagan was the guy who initially blew by that double team, never allowed it to come. And how about the acrobatic finish? Taking a contact. You see right here, he finally gets it back, beats the defender. Here comes a contact. Good body English right there to keep it. Little English on the basketball off the glass.
That's a tough play. Podhorski called for the foul, his third. Just the kind of play that O'Hara needed. Try to give themselves a little bit of a spark, and they got it now. They're back within 6. 6 points on the day for Hagan. A little bit of a sign of some full-court pressure. And now, kind of a touch foul called on Randazzo. In a game in which we have seen a lot of more serious contact go by without a whistle, that would qualify as a touch foul.
That was a ticky-tack foul. They've let him bang. Randazzo tried to reach around right in front of the official and got tagged with the cheap one.
So back into the hands of McKeever now. They've changed up defensively. Randazzo is on Reeves.
Remember, Sazanoff with the foul trouble, so they don't want him having to guard Reeves, so Ferns takes it right at him.
Had his shot altered by the big guy, but got the basketball back again.
Well, smart play. Go right at him. He's in foul trouble. You know you're going to be able to handcuff him. So Ferns, the aggressive move to the hoop.
No protection again for Sazanoff. Reeves there for the follow and the putback, and he can't get that one to go. And now McKeever back down to the basketball.
How about the hustle by Judge, though, to keep things alive? About a 2-minute possession right here as they've come up with 2 offensive rebounds.
And apparently Bill Fox didn't like what he was seeing offensively, so he's going to call a halt to things with another 20-second timeout. 2:42 left in the third quarter, and his Father Judge team leading it by 6. Offensive rebounds. Judge has been hitting the offensive glass hard. And that's the reason that this has been such a long possession. This is going to be, any shot attempt they get here is going to be their 5th or 6th look at the basket. As you see the Lion representing Cardinal O'Hara. The Father Judge breaks huddle, and they are going to bring Chris Duffner back into the game. Fans enjoying it here at the Palestra today as Father Judge leads it by 6. And there is Duffner. Burns got an 18-footer.
Now showing you some range right there as he stepped outside, trying to bring Sazanoff out of the lane. He gets him out, shoots over top.
He's got 6 points now, and the lead back up to 8. And again, the matchup zone defense. Sazanoff, nice catch inside, and the big guy got fouled. Burns came by, thought he had it cleanly. But Sazanoff's going to the free throw line as Burns just got his 3rd.
One of their better offensive possessions against the matchup zone because they were able to get the ball inside not once, but twice right there. Sazanoff, nice high-low pass from Randazza. He touched the ball 2 different times in the center of that zone defense, putting pressure on it.
Missing badly on the first free throw attempt. As the team, O'Hara just 3 out of 9 from the free throw line as opposed to 5 for 6 for Judge.
Sazanoff's offense still trying to catch up to his defense. Had him in camp this summer. He was one of the best defensive players that you had in camp, but offensively it was a struggle. You see, though, how much he's improved already here in a couple months. That's why Phil Martelli and his staff excited that Sazanoff will be playing his college basketball at St. Joe's.
Coming up on 2 minutes left here in the quarter. And Reeves almost playing point forward out there. Brings Randazzo with him. Now takes it in at Sazanoff, but he wants.
Tall shot from out here. Took a little extra shuffle. Beat the first defender. He's shown his ability to break you down with the dribble. That time Sazanoff's presence as he slid over forced to travel.
Reeves once again was trying to get the good position to go right at him. Now Beck tries to get it inside. Catch made by Sazanoff on the baseline. And now Randazzo in traffic. And he's going to go to the free throw line.
One of the reasons why Judge has been successful here has been the ball handling of Jim Reeves. You see right here, little Marcus Haynes trying to keep it away. And then watch this quick move right there, the crossover as he gets by the first defender. But the little hop right there was the traveling call.
Randazzo at the free throw line now where he's 2 for 6 today. He's got 4 points. Gets that one to fall. Mike Kudhersky got hit for that foul. He's going to come out of the game now as Rohrer will come back in. Kudhersky has 4, and he will go to the bench.
Randazzo's had steady progress this whole season long. Matter of fact, he was more of a baseball player heading into this season, but because he's played so well, all of a sudden he's getting Division I basketball recruiting interest as well.
5-point game now. Minute and a half left in the third quarter.
Judge content to try and spread the floor.
I'll tell you what, Duffner wasn't content. He just looked at his coach and said, come on, I want to take it to the hole. Once again, they will run it for Reeves, and Sazanoff's on him.
Another little flex offense right here, trying to Run through screens.
Long, patient possession for the Crusaders. And City came out and committed the foul.
And not a smart foul right there to pick it up 40 feet from the basket. You're not going to come up with that steal out there anyway.
His second team's fourth foul.
See right there, there's the reaching. You got to move your feet, play with your feet instead. Reaches across with the hand and gets a whistle.
So now with under a minute to play, here in the corner, another reach-in foul, similar variety.
You're not going to get that. You got to play good defense with your feet, play position defense. Instead, all of a sudden, O'Hara getting a little anxious, trying to come up, make the play defensively, reaching in.
Second personal, 15 foul. And with 51 seconds left, here in the quarter, Father Judge brings it up again. And Reeves going to take his time about it. They may very well be holding for one to end the quarter.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see Sazonov come out and challenge up. There he is.
I don't think you're going to see him reach, though. And Randazzo was there just in case Reeves beat him. But Phil Fox is telling his team, hold it back out.
Look at the denial by Sazonov out there trying to keep the ball away from Reeves. He's out in foreign territory, I guarantee you that. 40 feet from the goal. Now they'll fall back in.
Randazzo saying, come on, to his fans in the stands, we got to hear you. Reeves taking it at the basket with 5 left in the quarter. Good look at it, left it short. Fox, good look for Reeves. Did he get it off? He did, and it counts.
Wow, big basket right there by Reeves. Gets some momentum going back in there.
Closing seconds, Reeves set it up, and then he was the beneficiary on the putback.
They had a good look at it to start off with about 5 seconds. You see everything around. Nice pass here by Fox as he came up with the ball, shovels across, and just does beat the buzzer as you see the light right there. Again, keeps momentum going. We've seen him isolate as many times as possible with Reeves trying to break down and go at Sazonov. Finishes it through with the big basket.
Looking around to make sure that everybody realized he got the shot off in time, but as you saw it just came with about 1/10 of a second left, and the ball airborne as the light goes off. So Father Judge holding the ball for 90 seconds to end the quarter, and they've got a 7-point advantage. There you see the field goal percentages.
O'Hara really struggling to find good open shots against this matchup zone defense.
City taking it to the hole. Wow, had a chance there for the three-point play, but instead will get a 2-shot foul. The foul call against Steve Podherski, the sophomore.
Boy, did he go strong to the goal. He's coming in with the full head of steam as he went strong to the basket. I mean, he's just coming at you right there. A lot of collision, a lot of contact, but it didn't matter.
City to the line for the first time today. Kind of an odd rotation on the left-hander shot, but it goes.
As well as Judge has played, though, O'Hara continues to hang around. Even though they have not shot the ball well, the lead's at 6. Get the feeling if they can get hot from the outside against that zone a little bit, all of a sudden will come down the last couple possessions.
And now they are going to take Sazonov out of the game, and J.D. Dodds will come in to replace him. A little bit of protection now and a little bit of speed as they go full court pressure.
There's a trap to get after it.
Look at that for Reeves. And he is fouled. For a moment there, it looked as though he was going to send Hagan flying and kind of pinwheeling. A lot of contact there under the hoop.
Well, they got out of the first trap and then were aggressive. The nice pass over top to Reeves. Smart play by Reeves. You see right here, he needs to come down with the basketball, puts it to the floor to make sure that he doesn't travel with the ball, make sure he came up with the catch.
That is Hagan's third foul. And off the inbound, Reeves, an easy put in.
Tell you what, Judge has gotten a couple baskets off baseline out of bounds. There again, another easy one.
16 on the day now for Reeves, and a 7-point lead again for Father Judge. Randazzo, nice lane to the hoop, missed it. Sazonov, the putback and the foul.
Well, he just came over top. Once again, you can't teach size. Right there, using all 7-1 to come up with the offensive rebound.
Randazzo's got a couple of fans out there.
See right here, Randazzo made a good move to the goal, missed the easy shot. Once again, Sazonov staying with it. Didn't come over the back because there's not a strong enough box out. That's just size right there. 7'1" getting the basket.
And now they are trying to figure out who the foul call is against, or they're trying to figure out the score that should be on the board. They're trying to straighten that out right now. 41-36 is the score that was just placed up on the board, and that is correct.
There you go. Once again, the lead at 5 has a chance to cut it to 4. Remember, they've been up in the full court pressure on made foul shots.
Sazonov missing on the free throw. City working hard to keep the rebound alive, but Burns down with it. And now Fox bringing it across half court. His team up by 5. That's Rory. Dubner thinking about another drive to the hole.
Good defense by Beck to cut off that lane. Once again, they're trying to isolate and pull Sazonov away from the basket.
And Burns, it appeared, got hit, but he also traveled. Now, I think it was contact that caused the traveling violation. And Coach Fox is going nuts on the sideline. The hole, yep, that's going to be number 4 on Sazonov.
And not a smart foul right there, a little frustrated. It's almost as if O'Hara is getting frustrated by Judge holding the basketball a little bit.
So foul trouble again for Sazonov. That time getting the knee right there on Ferns and causing the foul. His 4th, team's up over the limit, so Ferns has the 1-and-1 coming now. Trying to extend the 5-point lead with 5.5 left. One more try coming for senior Brendan Ferns.
He has the benefit of shooting into his own student section coming down the stretch here, instead of having to shoot into O'Hara's end zone.
It certainly helps in the second half not to have to look into that. And Ferns making the second. 2 big free throws. Reeves fired up as well. His team on top by 7. Hagan bringing his team up. And on the inside, Randazzo, they're calling a held ball. Wow. Looks like a lot of contact inside, but the held ball call gives it back to Father Judge.
That's a tough ball right there. And Buddy Garlow going at it on the sidelines. Good pump fake right there. Gets both the defenders off the floor. Had a lot of ball.
I'll tell you what, a lot of ball there. And now they turn it back around again as Hagan forces the turnover. 8th of the game on Father Judge, so O'Hara gets it back and another shot at it.
Looked like a lot more contact in live action than in slow motion. See turnovers. Both teams have taken care of the ball, both in single digits as far as turnovers are concerned.
Sazonov back into the game, playing with 4 fouls and 5:13 left. I think we're going to try to go offensive, defensive wherever they can.
They got to get something going on this end of the floor. A little bit more movement now trying to attack this zone.
Now Randazzo found his seam, but was hit away from behind by McKeever.
Well, the one thing that this zone defense has done very well is collapse on the ball. It's negated Randazzo inside as well as Sazonov at times.
And Reeves again showing the ball handling skills inside. Nothing Sazonov could do about it, or he would have fouled out of the game, and suddenly we've got a 9-point ball game.
And how many times have we seen Reeves isolate, take him from deep, beat you off the dribble, and get to the basket?
Buddy Gardler calls for a timeout. Father Judge can taste it now. 4:26 left to go, and a 9-point advantage. They have led basically throughout. There have been 2 ties in this one, but for the most part, they have played strong basketball.
Take a look right here. Defensively, the zone collapsing in. The nice block from behind gets things started. Then on the other end, it's another isolation by Reeves. As you see, he's working with the basketball off the dribble, forcing the defense out. Goes right by Randazzo, and then Sasnov with the 4 fouls, unable to challenge. Reeves has waited a long time to transfer from LaSalle. He and his parents challenged the 1-year sit-out rule. As you take a look at Father Judge, founded in 1954, enrollment 1,400. But he sat out that year as they challenged it. Took a lot of grief from some people throughout the Catholic League as they challenged that 1-year sit-out.
Cardinal O'Hara founded in 1963, the enrollment of just over 1,800.
It looks like the wait for Reeves is well worth it, coming up with a huge.
So now Gardler talking it over with his team, just lost his point guard. As Hagan fouls out of the game with 2:20 to go, and now Bill Fox talks it over as well. Talking to his son, Brian Fox.
Well, you would expect smart plays like that from a coach's son. As you said earlier, came up big in the semifinal game to get them to this point.
Brian had a big semifinal with 14 points. 3 for 4 from the floor, 6 for 7 from the line. Also a couple assists and a steal.
Played another good game off the bench, just taking care of the basketball. A couple nice assists, including the assist to Reeves to beat the buzzer earlier on.
So now Fox gets a chance to shoot 2. One more try coming. With 2:20 left on the clock. That young man's afternoon is over. That one's is not. And he hits 2. So 30 years later, it's a 14-point game with 2:18 to go. And Randazzo is fouled, a blocking foul. He's going to go to the free throw line for a 2-shot foul as Reeves picks up his 3rd with 2:14 left.
Not a smart history to repeat itself because of the 10-foul rule.
Well, the only thing you got going on the other side is after the shots are made, there was no 3-point line back then as well for the offense to try to take aim. So, in some respects, it probably could not repeat itself. But in other respects, O'Hara would have an opportunity coming back down to get 3 in one toss of the basketball.
That's the thing. The 3-point line is made for some incredible finishes down the stretch. All you have to do is sit around and watch championship week the last couple days, and you see game after game come down to a final possession, a wild 3-point shot.
As a team, Father Judge is at 15 out of 18 of their free throws. Better than 80% for the day.
Well, the proverbial jinx right there.
Well, off the miss, Dodd quickly into the forecourt. Had his shot partially blocked. And now back outside, City for 3. Rebound taken off the floor by Rohrer with under 2 minutes left. He's going to the free throw line.
Job on the defensive boards. Bill Fox has to be happy with the way his team has controlled the boards today.
Rohrer is 2 for 2 from the line. As you saw a little bit earlier, the t-shirt said today is Judgment Day.
Definitely a good t-shirt there. I tell you what, there was a lot of them in the stands as well. A good contingent from Judge on hand.
Well, they may very well have been right. Because with the turnover now in a 12-point game and 1:49 left, the Crusaders get the basketball back.
Time.
Beck took that first shot from way outside.
And he was coming up the floor. He pulled up from about 28 feet, knowing that his team down by 12 needed to make something happen. But even after they get the offensive rebound, they missed a wide-open layup inside. It's been that kind of day as Father Judge has really had this game in control since about middle of the second quarter.
Dufner hitting the first shot. Those fans are excited. Chris Dufner closing out his career here today at the Palestra. Looking like he's going to be hauling some hardware home with his teammates. Unless O'Hara has another phenomenal comeback in him. Once again, the missed shot, the quick rebound, and the quick foul with 1:19 to go. And Rohrer will go back to the line on Beck's foul.
See Reeves right there pumping his hand in the air. He knows that this one's just about all but over with 1:19 left to play.
Now, you would assume in a 13-point game going to be awfully tough for O'Hara to get back, and really, his Father Judge Crusaders team dictated the pace of play all day today. They took the lead just before the end of the first quarter and never really looked back for the rest of the day.
Yeah, and they were the team that was able to play the way they wanted to. They were able to spread the floor, pull the defense out, force Sazonov to come chase outside, force Randazza to come chase outside, and Reeves just beat people consistently off the dribble to the basket.
Randazzo's had a frustrating day today. Got the little scoop shot, and the Fox is 3 for 4 from the stripe today.
Well, you always want your point guard to be able to handle the ball late in the game, not turn it over, get fouled, march to the other line, and make the foul shots. Fox has done that.
Ryan Fox, being the coach's son, has watched many years of his dad's team playing well enough to make the playoffs. We've only missed it once in the last 34 years. But he's also watched him get eliminated before getting to this level. Today he gets an opportunity to help his dad celebrate a championship.
Said those ride homes were very quiet. Not a lot of screaming or anything, but nobody said a word. The ride the other night after the win against Roman, I can guarantee it wasn't a quiet car ride home.
Beck found his spot again from three-point range and a quick timeout call. Makes it an 11-point game with just under 56 seconds left.
Cathedral of basketball, as you love to call it.
I'm glad you saved me having to say that.
From way up top. No place like it, though, to watch a college or a high school basketball game, especially when you have corners and a good crowd and into it.
This place is great with nobody here playing a pickup game. The foul call was on Citi, and he fouls out of the game with under 55 seconds to go. That's the second foul out for Buddy Gardler's team, and it will be Reeves going back to the free throw line. Big day for Jim Reeves.
See there, both guys who fouled out so far for O'Hara. Dejected look on their faces.
All the weight last year, all the controversy that you referred to a little bit earlier. As you look once again at the two players who fouled out. But for Reeves, all that weight, all that controversy, and this year the 1,000th point. And now a Catholic League championship to go out on.
And he's a guy who certainly earned it. He's been the guy who's led the way the whole time. Obviously, an easy game MVP choice.
Dodd tossing the air ball as he brought it back down again. And now with 47.2 to go. You've got to wonder how much longer the fouling parade is going to go on. You think it'll take it right to the end?
Hard to tell. It's certainly been a game that hasn't wanted to end here come down the stretch. There's the
not at all.
Been a long time since they've been here. 1971 since their last appearance, so trying to stretch it as long as they can.
None of the Crusaders on the line, along with Rohrer, has been very effective from the stripe today. And there is Rohrer. Just over 45 seconds to go, trying to make it a 14-point game, and he does. Randazzo quickly down the floor. Once again, they're going to let him go, and he missed on the dunk. That kind of day, so did Sazonov. Rohrer down with the basketball, and I think that may be it. 32 seconds to go. And I believe they are just going to let the celebration begin.
Why not? Well-earned celebration. Father Judge has dictated the tempo of this game, played it at the speed that they've wanted to. Terrific win for Bill Fox and his team.
Little high five while game action is still going on with the dribble. You see the crowd getting to their feet as Duffner's going to close it out with the dribble in hand. The 1998 Catholic League champions are the Father Judge Crusaders, winning it by 14 here at the Palestra today.
That's the end of the ball game. Final score, Father Judge 62.
The crowd around Jim Reeves, the game's MVP. Father Judge wins it by 14 and gets the championship for Bill Fox in his 24th season. The underdog in their semifinal game with Roman Catholic, and to an extent the underdog here today. And they come out of here with the victory of the 1998 Catholic League Championship. Fans enjoying the moment. More celebration to come, including the awarding of the hardware and the clipping down of the nets. And we'll be back with our post-game ceremonies in just a moment from here at the Palestra. Final score here in the Catholic League Championship game at the Palestra in the march to victory here on CN8. And they cut down the nets as Father Judge walks away with the Catholic League title. We continue in the celebration here on the floor. Fans enjoying it here at the Palestra. And standing now courtside, we've got the head coach of the 1998 Catholic League champions, Bill Fox. Congratulations on a strong effort from your team.
Thank you, Scott. We'd like to give our Cardinal O'Hara a lot of credit. They're a very good team. Our kids came up big today. Whatever team had the lead was going to be able to dictate the style of play. With us having the lead, we were able to draw their big guys away from the basket. And Jimmy and Brendan are forward types, and they have very good mobility, and just open.
And Josh Rohr adding 10 apiece as Judge beats O'Hara 62-48 to win the boys Catholic League crown. Reeves, who had to sit out all of last season after transferring from LaSalle back to his neighborhood school, cut down the net and put all the anger behind him with today's celebration.
I don't feel anything. I just feel this. All these fans going home, going back to school, enjoying this. We know we're number one. Knowing we beat everybody. We're the best.
You got a new necklace too. Huh?
Yeah, it's good.
Him, like all the other players, are sharing. They're champions. You can't buy it. Nobody can will it to you, and they'll carry with them the rest of their lives.
And earlier, the Lady Birds celebrating the girls Catholic League championship. They'll take it with them the rest of their lives as well. Roshana Barnes leads them with 20 points, 15 rebounds as West Catholic beat the chip.
That's right, 1971 was their last trip to the title game. As for Father Judge, not quite as long, but long enough. This was their first trip since 1983, and they made it count. The last time these two schools battled for the Catholic League title was 1968. O'Hara beat Judge, but today, Judge returning the favor, winning it 62-48. And not a good day for O'Hara because the ladies basketball team playing in the girls Catholic League final, and they fall to the same demise.
Brian Fox has the basketball. He passes to Jim Reeves. And Father Judge who won Catholic League titles in 75 and 77. That is number 3. Father Judge beats Cardinal O'Hara 62-48 was the final. Phillies won today. They beat the Devil Rays
60-37 over O'Hara. For the young men, Father Judge does get their title. Billy Fox and Father Judge winning at the Palestra today as the final seconds tick off for Coach Fox, and the title belongs to Father Judge.
Battle of two title-starved teams, Father Judge and Jim Reeves in blue, takes on a fired-up Jeff Randazzo and the Lions from Cardinal O'Hara.
Listen to me now. Play to win.
Early on, the two teams traded buckets, with Lewis Beck hitting the three for O'Hara and Brendan Furns hitting the open J for Judge.
They have a man open in the left corner against the zone. Now City's going to shoot a long three, and it's good. Jeff City with a big three. Left baseline here. Sikorski around Randazzo, up and good.
Judge was up one after one. That's when the Crusaders started going to the hole with gusto. First Reeves with a tough two. Then Chris Duffner with the runner. And Coach Bill Fox likes what he sees.
taking penetration. I don't know where he's going. Wild shot, no, but the follow-up is good for Alex Sazanovs.
Sazanov's putback got O'Hara to within 5 at the half, but Judge kept going hard to the hoop. Duffner with 2 more of his 10 on the day.
Taking at the top, gets his man in the air. Now he drives a little scoop right side. Up and good, and he's fouled. Up and good, and he's fouled. Ball comes loose to Fox. Fox is going to pass to Reeves. He's going to shoot. The shot is good. That's the buzzer. It's good at the end of the third quarter buzzer.
Reeves' hoop extended Judge's lead after 3, but Sazanov's putback cut it to just 5. But Reeves would not be denied. He took it strong to the heart of the O'Hara D all game long. And this deuce all but sealed the deal for the Crusaders. Reeves banged in a game-high 21 as Judge celebrates a 62-48 victory and their first Catholic League title since 1977.
We had senior leadership coming back this year. A lot of our underclassmen had varsity experience, playoff experience from last year. We had enough talent to win, as we demonstrated today.
You're right, a lot of people didn't believe in us, didn't believe we could do it, but we did. And that's all that matters. All our fans out here was great. Our family, we believed, and we just played 110%. We tried our hardest. I was talking to people earlier in the year saying how the Southern Division rules. Not this year, it's the Northern Division year.
All right, congrats to West Catholic and Judge for being crowned 1998 Catholic League champs. Title you can savor forever. Well, that does it for this week's show. You can check us out again next